at that time, nothing was automated, right? So I had to make invoices in Excel. I had to check on the booking channels manually. This is stuff that you cannot do in these kind of situations. Hi, my name is Nadja, and I'm the co-founder and CPO of Room-A-Coon. The reason why we actually founded Room-A-Coon was to serve an own need. I took a leap of faith and I bought a small, beautiful boutique hotel in the Netherlands, about an hour away from Amsterdam. Well, that journey obviously came with some hurdles, and I'm super thrilled to take you along, share with you everything that I have learned during my 8 years of running a small, luxurious boutique hotel. My biggest concerns leading up to the first day at the Bliss Hotel were not to oversleep. I think I was up all night, just in fear of not to oversleep. But also it was crazy. I was alone. I ran the complete breakfast by myself. So the evening before, I put everywhere sticky notes, like, okay, this is how the fridge works, this is where I find this and that to make this whole working. So I arrived very early at the hotel and started to make the breakfast, but there was also some challenges around how the location of the breakfast preparation was at the beginning, because it was partially in my part of the hotel and partially in the restaurant next to it. So that was quite a challenge because I had to run from left to right. And then some crazy stuff happened at my very first day, preparing me well for my journey as a hotelier. The challenge that I experienced was, like, again, I just picture myself running around there in this little skirt and the high heels and trying to make this breakfast for people. I had 7 rooms filled, so also quite a bit for running it alone. And then what happened, so I went to the restaurant to put the breads in the oven over there, and then, prepared the little platters for the buffet. And then I got a phone call from one of the rooms. I know exactly which room was room number 3, the mystery suite. And they say, there's water coming from the roof. And I was like, water from the roof? Okay, cool. Let's have a look. And then immediately I got another phone call from room number 7, the wedding suite with the jacuzzi, and they said like, hey, we cannot turn off the jacuzzi. I was like, at least I know where the water in the room number 3 comes from now. So I was running upstairs and trying to sort it, and everything was fine. And and then I was standing upstairs and I said, oh no, my breads. So obviously I came down back to the kitchen. The breads are completely black. So I had to start over again. But meantime, people or guests are coming down, wanted to have breakfast. And I was like, okay, let's make coffee. Okay, let's try to get the breads again in the oven and apologize to everybody. And then people need to leave, right? I mean, they're corporate guests, so some left them without breakfast. And I was like, oh, this is so stressful. And I didn't want to start crying, but I was really on the edge of it. So yeah, that was quite a challenge. I think the most exciting part of that first day, which was a very long day, considering the whole breakfast, but then I also did the check-ins and stayed until 11 in the evenings when our reception closed at that time. I think the most rewarding one was, after doing the housekeeping, having everything ready. And that felt quite liberating, right? You felt ready for new guests to arrive. And then when the first guests arrived, to bring them to the rooms and have the smile on their face when you actually check them in. And this feeling of checking in the guest is actually really cool, and that doesn't leave, it doesn't become normal. Well, maybe depending on your concept, but for me it was always a special moment every day. If you ask me now what I would have done differently to make this day go better, I think having definitely a test run. Like even when the previous owner was still there, just not go cold-headed into it and just have an understanding of how stuff works. I think also at that time nothing was automated, right? So I had to make invoices in Excel. I had to check on the booking channels manually. This is stuff that you cannot do in these kind of situations. So have your operations as much as ready as possible and automated. that just relieves your stress, because the first days you're gonna focus, and you should focus on your guests and on the housekeeping, on the rooms, and make choices about what kind of croissants you are going to serve, or should you serve strawberry yogurt or maybe banana, right? So this is stuff you want to think about as a hotelier, not how do I make an invoice.